Onward, Greg, to Daemons of the Shadow Realm.
This would be mid-season finale, I suppose, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't think they really intended it to be like a mid-season finale.
Yeah, I think that's why they did 24.
This is the middle of Daemons of the Shadow Realm, because it does go for 24 episodes. So this is almost just like a regular episode, nothing special. I do think that the next episode, they'll have like a new intro and outro and all of that stuff, kind of to signify the transition into the new season. But
I guess
this episode here doesn't really have like season finale vibes or mid-season finale vibes. But Daemons of the Shadow Realm, episode 12, we start with Yudu, and he is making arrows in the apartment. And Wright and Ken are watching him, and Ken is like, damn, that's sick. Do you make everything? And Yudu is like, yup. And he says he learned most of it from his dad. And Ken is like, can you teach me how to use a weapon? Because he wants to become stronger. And Yudu is like, sure. Ken is 13, by the way. Everyone, let me remind you.
Yep.
And he wants to learn how to use a weapon to become stronger. And we all know that knowing how to use a weapon doesn't make you stronger.
True.
But it cuts to the Kagemori Manor, and the girl with the raccoon Daemons is walking around with Jin, and they run into Gabby and Asa, and they're like, oh, hey, it's you. And she's like, yup, it's me. My name is Tachikawa Makoto. And Jin wants Akai and Midori, which are her daemons, to do some work. Asa is like, what are their powers? And she says they're great at kidnapping and kind of like yin and yang. And Gabby is like, how do they kidnap? And she says Akai can transform into people to lure them, and Midori's ball sack stretches out like a net and captures them.
What an insane thought process. I get the joke of the raccoon's balls are just like gigantic. That's like a joke in Japan. There have been commercials about it. But damn, did we need that?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we did need it. Because Asa and Gabby are like, damn, getting trapped inside of a ball sack would be the worst. Hey, Jin, if you called Makoto, then are you planning to kidnap my brother? And he's like, nope. I had her come to look for the non-existent West Gate. Makoto is like, there was definitely a gate here. And Gabby says Hagude can rewrite reality. But Asa says that his shit stays black and white for a while, so they would have known it was him. Jin walks along the wall and sees a faint line, and then Asa sees another one. And Jin was like, were these made with a razor? No, something sharper. And then I have in my notes here, probably the double sword dude that just ran away during the raid immediately a few episodes ago. And as we come to learn here in the next couple notes, yes.
Mm-hmm. Here's my theory, by the way, on his demons. I think that he could cut through anything, and then, like, the other thing is that he can, like, it's like a weaker version of break and seal. Like, he can seal up things with the other one.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. But Asuma goes to visit his uncle and is like, hey, yo. And Asuma is like, you should come by the mansion sometime, Unc, instead of me having to come over here. And he's like, nah, I don't want Fuyuki's blacklist to read my info. Unc changes subjects and is like, well, what happened? And Asuma says, nothing. Asa stayed with the Kagemoris and Yudu went with the Taderas. And Unc gets mad and is like, how could you let Seal get away? And Asuma is like, well, if you came by the manor, you'd know that Yudu and his daemons aren't easily defeated. Unc is mad, but he's like, get rid of Hagude so you'll be the next clan head. And Asuma is like, nah, that probably won't work. And Unc is like, well, win over Asa and then sweet talk her. And Asuma is like, nah, man, she's like 16. That's illegal.
Thank you for somebody calling that out. Thank you.
Yeah, we need him in Wistoria. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we need him to replace Edward and be like, can you guys stop alluding to illegal shit, please?
But Unc says you're useless, just like your mother. And then Asuma looks a little irritated. But Asuma's like, okay, well, see you later. And sneaks a moth in. And after he leaves, some dude gets out of the bathroom and cuts the moth. And we find out it's Swordman. Hana and Dara are talking about having to take care of the kids, but Dara is like, nah, it'll be fine. And Hana is like, the kids that try the hardest are the most emotionally exhausted. But then she finds a hit on the missing persons website, and it says Yuru's mother went missing at the Higashi village trailhead. And Yuru is like, she's from Okinawa. And Wright said they were going to visit her grandparents there. Cuts to Asuma talking to Jin, and Asuma says he tailed Dara and found out his hideout. And Jin is like, dude, we're trying to earn their trust. Why would you do that? And Asuma says it was some kind of barrier called the Lost House. And 2 of my dudes died, 119 and 140, both single with no family. And we can use their identities. But if it was a girl, Gabby could have used her identity. But dead 16-year-old girls with no family are hard to find. So I have a note here that says we are kind of finding out that I guess how the Kagemori are able to, I guess, bring people into the new world is by like sacrificing other people with no families that match the age and the gender of whoever they want to take their identity. And then that's how Asa and Gabby too, because apparently they said they want a 19-year-old for Gabby to basically integrate them into, I don't know, a normal world, I guess. But I also don't know where Gabby came from, because she didn't come from Higashi Village, I don't think.
I think that they just kind of found her and they possibly need to give her a new identity. And that makes some sense. I would assume Kagemori doesn't have like that many connections to the like world government, so they can't just like fake or create fake identities as easily. They're like probably like, okay, we'll just, we'll use dead people, and kind of that's the route. It's kind of a throwaway line to me, but maybe it comes back in the story later.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's like the MO for Daemons of the Shadow Realm is you have all these throwaway lines, these breadcrumbs that they drop, but we still don't know what to do with them yet, or if they mean anything, or if these breadcrumbs are just stale and they just threw them away because they're garbage. I don't know yet. Yeah. And that's one of my reservations with Daemons of the Shadow Realm up to this point. And I know it's 24 episodes, slow burn. I guess I just would have liked a little bit more connection up to halfway through the anime so far. Mm-hmm. But Jin gets a call from Gabby, and she says that Asa got a phone call from someone saying they're her grandmother. Asa and her grandmother talk, and she says she wants to see Asa, and Asa is like, no can do, maybe some other time. And she hangs up, and she says that her grandmother sounds exactly the same and said the exact same words. Gabby was like, what did she say? And Asa said, she said, you can save 10% off of Gamersubs by using promo code DJ Montague at checkout when you visit gamersubs.gg, where you can get flavors such as grandmother amnesia, but I'm really a spider, and save 10% off of that plus anything else on the website by using promo code DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off of your entire gamersubs.gg order.
Hell yeah. That was pretty good, Greg. I like the first segue better, but that was still pretty good.
No, it was
I
trash.
Appreciate it. No, I think it was pretty funny. That made me laugh. Speaking of, I am waiting on an order from Gamersubs.
I did get new shirts from IT Aesthetics, by the way, too. I'm waiting for those to come in.
Did you? Hell yeah.
3 new shirts. They're the new version, too. So I'll let everyone know how they compare to the old version.
Cool. Hell yeah.
But no, her grandmother didn't say use promo code DJ Montague for 10% off of your order at gamersubs.gg. She just said the exact same words, and then it cuts to the grandma, and she's controlled by some spider daemons with faces on them. But then it cuts back to Yudu and crew, and Dara says it's too dangerous to try to visit the grandparents.
Real quick. So Asa, so I like this plot, by the way, that they're trying to accomplish similar things of finding the parents, and they're going about it in different ways. But now Asa has the information that probably the grandmother's like controlled by a daemon. Yuru hasn't gotten any of that information because they're not in contact, and Yuru's not giving up the information of like, hey, we're gonna go see our grandmother, and Asa wouldn't be like, hey, don't go see grandma. Like this was an actual, like, a sensible plot line.
Well, I mean, Asa knew this already because she's been called by her grandma multiple times because she wouldn't say she said the same thing if not.
And then why would she give Yuru that information? It hasn't come up yet. So it's definitely, I like the way they did this, and it builds like real stakes for me because like Yuru is going to have to, I assume Yuru and Tadera are going to go see the grandma and find out this information, and then possibly relay that to Asa, and Asa's gonna be like, yeah, I knew that before, like that's why I didn't go. And then you have some tension between those two of like them not sharing information with each other.
I don't know,
So-
because I think it's my notes. They said it was too dangerous to go. So I don't think they were actually going to go to the grandparents' house because they said it was a trap, or they feel like it's a trap.
Possibly. Maybe I'm just fucking wrong.
But yeah, it cuts back to Yudu and crew, and Dara says it's too dangerous to try to visit the grandparents, and Hana says someone could have already set a trap at the grandparents' house. Dara says the Kagemoris helped your mom try to get to your grandparents so they know where they are. And the fact that they haven't taken your grandparents in means something is fucked up. Dara's like, well, I guess we'll follow the lead of my dad. And then he goes to visit the shaman. Dara takes a winding route to the shaman, similar to getting to the lost house in Higashi Village. And the shaman's like, hey, yo, you never come during the day? What's good? And they catch up on Higashi Village stuff, and Asa and Break and Granny ordered him to take Yudu down the mountain. Dara says he doesn't know if he can protect Yudu by himself, so he wants to talk to his predecessor, but doesn't know where he is. The shaman is like, I can ask my Higashi contacts, but hey, where do you have Yudu? And Dara lies and says he's at the Tadera secret hideout. And I assume this is him mixing truth with lies, and says that
Yes.
Yudu said, if anyone wants my head, come take it. So now I don't know if Dara feels like something is off, or he's being extra cautious, or
I think he's just being extra cautious because, like, he knows he's involved with all of this now with the Higashi village, the Kagemoris. So no one's trustworthy anymore. But he still needs to advance his motives of getting to his predecessor / dad.
I think Dara knows the katana guy is inside of the shaman already.
I don't think so. I think that he comes into the room, unless Dara's daemons are like clairvoyant. I think he doesn't know yet, but still wants to be cautious because of the situation that he's in.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, obviously he's a daemon retainer, so he can sense daemons. We see that the shaman's daemons are these little guys serving tea.
Yeah, but wouldn't you assume that he would also be able to, like, he would also sense the demons or the daemons?
I don't know how strong the shaman is.
Right. And I guess it's relative.
But he says he's taking care of Yudu, so he can't go back to the village for a while. The shaman is like, oh, okay, maybe I'll go visit then. And he says last night he was confronted by some double katana wielding guy, and his katanas were probably daemons. And he attacked me and knocked me out, but he didn't cut me. He was probably a pervert after my hot body. But it cuts to the shaman getting to the village, and all the kids tell him how everyone was getting eaten up and shit, and he vaccinates the little girl whose mother was chomped right in front of her. And all the adults are like, we should have gotten Seal sooner so we could fight against the Kagemoris. But then Katana Man pops out of the shaman, and he's like, I'm Ivan Yasano. But what he really meant to say was Roy Mustang, since he looks exactly like him. And the adults are like, what the fuck? And Ivan is like, oh, you can't see Daemons? And then he cuts up all the adults, and then that's how the episode ends.
It was kind of fire, though. You get the sword popping out of the dude and then cutting them through the... Like, I don't understand his daemons yet, but I'm sure we'll get more information in episode 13. But I thought this was still cool. I'm still on board with Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I do think it's slow, though.
Yeah, it was okay. And along with like the slow comment, I guess I still don't exactly know why the Kagemoris are trying to like destroy Higashi Village. We can go off of what Gonzo said and what Asuma was saying. Well, Gonzo was the one that wanted to destroy the village because he doesn't want any more twins because Break and Seal shouldn't exist. But then now Katana Guy is working with Asuma's uncle, and we don't know his motives yet or why he's doing anything. Obviously, he's some shady ass dude because he doesn't want Blacklist to read all of his information. And, you know, he has the shark teeth and he has the Yakuza suit, so it's assumed this guy is just into some shady shit. Very slow, lots of assumptions, lots of breadcrumbs, which we don't know what they go to or connect with or do anything with. So it's moving. It's just kind of moving at a Daemons of the Shadow Realm pace, and it's not really doing anything to like excite me. It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, I want to know what happens, but I'm not like losing sleep over like waiting for the next episode. You know what I mean? It's not like that exciting. I don't think it's that compelling. I don't think it's that good. And I said it from at the very beginning. Like, I think it's decent. It's fine so far, but it hasn't done anything to elevate it above average for me.
And I'm excited to still watch the second half of season 1 so that we get more stuff wrapped up. I think that if you compare it to something that we watched last season, like Kamen Rider was fire the whole way through and insane, but also really funny. This show's not trying to be funny, but it's got a slow burn storyline.
I mean, it's trying to be funny sometimes because you have like, oh man, raccoon ball sack. Oh, I'm going to be inside some balls.
I mean, but it's not. I mean, they're trying to be funny the whole time in Kamen Rider, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even the fights are kind of funny.
Well, yeah, because everyone gets punched in the face.
Yeah, everyone's just getting knocked the fuck out. I don't hate Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I think it's good. I am excited for it. I'm excited to keep watching it. It's like Attack on Titan or something like that for me. Like, it's going to take a while, but when it gets there, like, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it either. I'm just kind of waiting for a little bit more. Really, like, give me something to like latch onto because really latch on to Higashi. I can't latch on to Kagemori. I can't latch on to the Taderos. I mean, I guess like Yuru's cool. Like, I guess Asa's cool, right? But I mean, there's nowhere for me to go. I'm just kind of like standing there.
You're as confused as Yuru is at this point, and as a
confused as Yuru is.
Haha.
Cool.
Who says we don't have comedy at the Anime Book Club podcast?
Ballsack. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, next episode we will wrap up Marriage Toxin, and then from there we will group those into the spring 2026 extra credit that I've watched, and we'll just kind of review those things, do normal format of me giving a short summary, giving it a score, giving it a recommend yes or no, and then DJ Montague can comment if that's something that he would watch or
enjoy.
Not
now that I've been watching, My Dress Up Darling.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us today on the Anime Book Club podcast. Check us out on our website, theanimebookclub.com. Check us out on Spotify, the Anime Book Club podcast, on YouTube, the Anime Book Club podcast, for short form episodes. You don't have to watch everything. You can watch what you want. We got them all segmented up for you. So enjoy them there or listen to them all at the same time with Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring us. DJ Montague, use code DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off your order. And thank you to IT Aesthetics for fitting us with the dopest shit in world history. I get compliments on these shirts all the fucking time. They are awesome. And you should get some yourself. Use tab C5 or tab C10 for 10% off your order, or tab C5 for a stacking coupon if they already have a coupon rolling. Friends, Greg, what's the moral of this story? Of this Wistoria?
This Wistoria, moral of the Wistoria story is Will Serfort. Take care of yourself. Drink water. Take a shower. When you take a shower,
take a fucking shower, dude.
Clean your body. The water isn't going to come from your head and then somehow miraculously clean like your toes. Get down there, scrub in between your toes, scrub your armpits, wash your butt, clean your body.
Get in between those cheeks.
100%.
Spread it and clean it.
Yeah, like the water isn't gonna like drain into there and just like magically clean all this stuff. You actually have to like put some work into cleaning your body. Brush your teeth, floss. I'm not a dentist, and they'll tell you to floss like twice a day, but I would at least recommend fucking at least once a week. Like make an attempt to floss. Brush your hair.
To piggyback on this, create good habits for yourself of taking care of yourself. It takes about 2 weeks to create a habit, and please, like, work at it every day. Create these habits within yourself. Be better to you.
Taking care of yourself seriously. And all of those things I said don't take very much extra time in your day to clean between your toes. It'll take an extra like 4 seconds to lift your foot up and then use your washcloth or your loofah or even your hands to clean between those digits of yours. And flossing too. Mm-hmm. Like, takes an extra like minute out of your night routine or your day routine or both.
I know a lot of us have ADHD. We all have a lot of roadblocks on taking care of yourself when it comes to that stuff, but compartmentalize things as well. Not in the sense of like just throw it in a corner and don't ever do it. But I mean, when you're looking at doing all these tasks all together as a lot of things to do, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you get decision fatigue and shut down. If you have 2 minutes, do it. A lot of these things don't take more than 2 minutes. So did you meet somebody that was hella gross and you were like, I don't ever want to meet somebody like that again?
No, I just had I think I was taking a shower. And then I remembered
like,
our conversation about how no one teaches you how to take a shower. Like your parents kind of like teach you, right? They're just like, turn on the water, put some shampoo in your hair. Like, here's a washcloth. They didn't like teach you how to shower. You just kind of like started showering like as a kid, I feel like. And like same with like going to the bathroom, right? Like I think we had this conversation too, where like once you potty train or whatever, like that's it. It's up to you to like figure out the rest. Like after your parents like potty train you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I was just
here we are.
A shower thought.
Anime book club.
It was a shower thought. And I was like,
a shower thought of how to clean yourself in the shower.
Yeah.
I like that. That is a moral of the story, Greg. You have solidified. That is a good one. And friends, with that, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Greg, tell them goodbye.
Goodbye. And shower and floss. Brush your teeth.
All that stuff. Thank you, friends, for checking out the Anime Book Club podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
And if you don't want to miss the next one, follow us on the socials where we announce new episodes, content, and other cool stuff. You can also check out our anime list with our rankings and follow along with what we're currently watching and what we have watched in the past.
All the links are in the description. See you in the next one. Bye!